Hello and welcome to the Egregious podcast. I'm your guest, Jacob Bordeaux, here joined by my fabulous hosts, Noah, Logan, and Brian.
I'm Noah.
Hey,
How'd that go?
Hi.
happy to be here.
That was, thanks for having us on our own show. Thanks for hosting our
Of
show.
course, of course.
Yep,
That's-
Jacob's the host today.
I guess.
I'm not in
Totally.
control of anything. I'm just following him. This is his deal.
This is
Hey,
his
you know
lesson
what?
plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
The Egregious podcast.
This has nothing to do with butter.
How's it taste?
You think it tastes gross and you gag a little.
My English left.
Totally sucking face.
Ooh, oh no.
Oh my god.
I hope it doesn't burn.
My 16-year-old voice was just not it.
I want no part of that.
That's how it's space done.
Alright, so how's it going, guys?
It's going swell
it's
and
going.
dandy.
It's school season, so you know what that means.
Bet.
Yeah, I just started school today.
You
Really?
just
Today?
started today?
Yeah, I just started today.
Dude, I started on Monday.
I started last Tuesday.
I know.
Alright, no need to
You
brag,
even had a
Noah.
long
I'm
break.
finishing week 2 right now, folks.
I have also school. I learn a lot.
You have finished school for
You have homeschool.
quite a long time.
Forever.
You're self-taught.
Noah was supposed to go back
yeah.
to school today, but he was like, please, school that I go to, let me in. I'm not learning enough.
I want to do more math.
That's
Feed me
absolute.
knowledge.
That's. You're like, you psychic or something? Are you like nailing this down? Do you have this down to a science? Like, you know, yeah, that's about how it went.
I can
think.
read you like a book, Noah.
I can't talk shit because I'm going to school for math too. Just better math.
Ha, yeah, I know. I picked the worst one.
Fight each other.
I picked the one that doesn't make you money.
Yeah, well, me and Brian also picked, like, the hardest one, so, you know. Yay us.
Debatably.
I don't know, it gets pretty
Probably,
brutal.
maybe.
Brian, have you taken differential equations yet?
Yeah.
I have.
Alright, how did you like it?
No.
Great, alright, I'm looking
That's
forward
all
to
I
my
have to
semester
say
then.
about that.
Okay.
I did not take it at that school, and
Or wait, did I take that one?
all right.
I took elementary linear algebra.
I skipped that
And-
one.
Linear algebra, that was harder than I thought it would be.
I didn't think it was
Because you
that
hear the
bad.
word algebra, and I'm like, I know how to do algebra.
You hear the
And
word
then-
algebra, and then your guards just immediately, like, let down in the ground. You're
You'll
like,
think
ah,
that you
easy
never
money.
had to take abstract algebra, because that one was hard.
I'm like, yeah, x plus 2 equals 4. I know how to do that. That's what I was expecting.
Now you have to do x plus y equals 4, x plus 2y equals 7, x plus y plus z equals 0, and augment it in a matrix, and figure out your solution.
I
If it
took
exists.
math.
You lost me.
Okay, good.
I took math 1.
That makes me sound smart.
I took math my first semester because they said if I took it my first semester, that would be it for the rest of my college. And I
See-
was like, that's great.
I took English my first and second semester because that was all I needed to do for English, and I was like, I'm fine with that. Taking English?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I
I
don't know how
almost English
anybody could
minors.
be an English.
should
I don't know
have
how
done that.
anybody could be an English major. That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta like books, I suppose. I like books.
I don't
like-
mind books. I
just
just never have the
not
time to
like-
read.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't like
like books. I just
textbooks.
don't read them. Same.
Did you just
Yeah,
say
I
you
don't-
like textbooks, Noah?
No, I don't like
Oh,
textbooks,
me neither.
which I have many of to read this semester.
The DiffyQ textbook's like 850 pages long.
I thought you were going to say $850, and I was about to, like...
No, I actually found a free
Free.
PDF of it
Oh.
online when I was looking for like a cheap copy to buy. Like the first thing that came up when I searched it was a PDF
Nice.
of yeah.
What?
Yeah, tip to college students. You can, for
You
most
can
of
find
them,
most
you
of your
can.
books online.
You can if you look hard enough. Yeah. Usually I just get lazy and then I go, what's the cheapest copy I can find on Biblio?
Yep.
You're already dropping like 10K or more a semester.
Dude,
If you go to Raven University, you don't need the books.
I got my Calculus 3 book for $4 on Biblio, and shipping was $5.
Let's go. That's how you know you got the good deal when the shipping is more
Yep.
than
Yep.
the product, am I right?
And it wasn't even in that bad shape.
Jacob, we are so excited to have you today. You are our first guest on the Egregious podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm honored. Really. Truly.
Yes, we're glad
we
you're
just
here.
felt like it was a good energy, for what we had going so far. Like, the first couple episodes have been kind of chaotic. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
No.
I can't, because I
Well,
haven't heard them.
I mean, yes.
He hit the no switch.
You'll
when he
hear him
meant to hit
soon.
the yes
You'll hear him
switch.
by the time this is out. Go
yeah.
listen to the. By the way, new viewers, if you're on this episode, like,
Because you view a podcast.
fucking, you need context. Go back to the first 3. I know you saw Jacob and you're like, I couldn't click fast enough. Jacob Bordeaux's on the. Stop. Go back to the first 3. We have a lot of fun. Okay.
By the way, new
We
listeners,
sure do.
at time of recording, it is currently 8:42 on January 30th, 2025, so that's how responsible you get to hold these guys to whenever they get released.
Oh, he's outing
no.
us right now.
Brian's got that.
It's not like Brian cut this out or
He
anything.
forgets that I can edit this. Yeah.
I
I hold
Wait.
all the power over what goes in this episode. And what
thought I
different-
held all the power.
How different is editing a podcast versus a song?
it's
Well,
a
I
lot
don't
easier.
really. It's a lot easier. I just haven't.
I'd imagine you kind of just go to where you want people's voices to be in and cut the stuff that you don't want to be in out.
So,
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
theoretically, this
Yeah.
is something I could also do if I had the time for it ever.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the editor's on this website, so it's kind of nice.
Remember when Logan was the only one who knew how to do anything technically with audio?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I could edit these too.
We've come a long way.
Well, I edited my morning back in the day, if you'll remember.
Oh,
Yeah, I missed
Oh,
that.
I remember that.
There's
Excuse me.
still technically a chance that this video exists. So for context, I just made like a funny, silly little. Basically, the entire skit was just like for one joke about how like my friend would always every day in class he'd say, "Hey, where'd you get that sweatshirt?" At the Darth Mall. And the whole video was leading up to that. There was no substance to it. But it was fun, and I edited that myself. It's one of like three YouTube videos I've made. And then I deleted it off my YouTube, and guess what? Another, this was before the pod.
first broken
This was
computer?
before, yeah, this was the first broken computer all the way back. So the one I broke at wasn't the first one.
I've only ever had 2 laptops in my life. So,
I had a Chromebook. I guess that counts.
yeah.
if you're
I guess
confused-
3 then. I got that from school.
If Jacob's confused, I think it was the first episode, I believe, where we talked about Brian breaking his laptop. I actually don't
Oh.
remember. It was the first or the second one, but there's lore here.
I think it was the
Okay.
first.
I think it
I
was
think
the
it was
first
the
one.
second.
Was it?
Really?
I think it was
I
the
don't
3rd.
know.
I really don't remember.
I
I'm
can't
kinda
keep
blanking
track
out
of
at
my
this
life.
First and the second episodes were very similar, I feel
point.
like.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, that changes today.
Yes, we're
Today is
changing the course of the second
all the
episode
difference.
with the fourth.
We already decided we were tired of our own bullshit and we needed a guest to spice things up. So
Yes.
in comes Jacob to save the day.
Yeah. I'm a superhero.
Jacob from second grade.
Oh, I
From
sense where
second
this is
grade.
going. I think I know where this is going.
I can smell it. It's
I
about to
can-
get.
I can
It's
smell
kinda
it in the
wacky.
air.
It's
I
about
can
to
feel
get
it.
weird.
So our good buddy Jacob, we refer to as Jacob from second grade, and
I
There's
think
a
I
good
think you
reason for
confuse
that.
we with you.
yeah, maybe it's just me.
Well, see, the funny story is Jacob's actually my childhood friend.
That's yeah.
We go way back. Like we
Oh,
fought in
yeah.
the war together. But
Yeah, we did,
now
back in the
we're
day.
all grown up, and
I did not think Noah would be the first one to say that on this podcast.
You know,
And-
we grew apart a little bit,
We
but
grew
you know,
apart
true
'cause
true
you
friends
went
come
to,
back together.
Yeah, you went to Eagle Academy. For
I went
high
to Eagle
school,
Brook.
and I
Yep.
stayed at Panther Prep North. So we didn't see each other for a little bit, but then we crossed paths again one day, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. You bet.
Anyway, resume. I interrupted Logan because I am mean sometimes.
No, I
No,
thought it was
you're a
That was
hilarious.
jerk.
the asshole of the podcast. The lovable asshole.
So
Aw.
Jacob came into our lives at the ripe age of. I'm not gonna continue with that. So Jacob
I'd say like
came.
7, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. So I knew Jacob. Noah and Jacob went to, let's say, no, nope, almost said that actually.
All right.
um, they went to Panther Elementary with me, and they were a year behind me. And there was some event. At this point, I would have been in 3rd grade. And sometimes Jacob calls me Logan from 3rd grade for this exact reason. But there was this place, this park that we would go to, and they'd have events and whatever. There was an event at the park. And I was there with my dad. We were just kind of watching this show because there was this wizard. Let's call him Ed.
Ed.
And
Edward.
Wizard.
Ed the Wizard is like, I'm doing a magic show and I need a volunteer. And Jacob's hand shot up. And Ed's like, you young man. So Jacob comes up and he's like, what is your name? And Jacob goes, I'm Jacob. I can't do it.
Here, hold on. Let me recreate it.
Hold my
Okay.
beer.
All right, Logie, you're Ed the Wizard. Set me up.
Well, hello there, young man. What's your name?
I'm Jacob from 2nd grade.
And it was
And
the
scene.
funniest thing for whatever reason. And I remembered him as that.
And the best part is, Logie is the only one there, out of anybody in that park, that remembers that, including me. The first time he called me Jacob from 2nd grade, I was like, what?
Actually,
Did
cut to
I
when
know
I was in,
you in 2nd grade?
You might have known of him.
I've heard of the legend.
when I was at 8th grade. I came up to you at lunch and I was
You
like,
were at 8th grade.
I was like, hey, Jacob from 2nd grade. And you're like, actually, it's Jacob from 7th grade now.
Did I actually?
Yes, you did.
Oh my god. That is fucking embarrassing.
You'd think I would have been there for either of those instances.
You
Considering
were. You were
the-
sitting
I
next to me
was.
at lunch.
I don't
yeah.
remember that, but I believe that it happened.
The only thing I remember about, like, 7th grade in the cafeteria was some girl, like, talking shit at me because I was eating a breadstick with a fork.
Ooh, that is.
I don't know
fucking
what-
Weird, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she wasn't, like, justified, but that, for some reason, that's the only thing I remember about the cafeteria in 7th
I
grade.
don't remember the breadstick on a fork. I do remember garlic knot on a fork.
It might have been a
And
garlic knot.
You had a pool of ketchup on your plate.
Alright,
and if
I don't think
if
so, because I didn't like ketchup until, like, the end of senior year.
I know you didn't, because you dropped the garlic knot in the ketchup
Oh.
and got like depressed. And then we were like very, very carefully picking the parts of the garlic knot off
God.
just to eat it.
Oh,
I mean,
you know
hey,
what?
in all fairness, I was a picky eater too. I would have done the same thing if I
Yeah.
didn't like ketchup.
Yeah. Well, you know what? These days I've matured, ketchup isn't that bad. It's not my top condiment, but,
I think ketchup's like the only. Oh no, I like mayonnaise. I don't like mustard though.
I can't stand yellow mustard. Love honey mustard on,
Love
like,
it.
wings or something. Yellow mustard? Nuh-uh. Get it away from me.
Yellow mustard, #1 condiment.
Blah.
That's...
I agree,
I'm
Logie.
very-
I don't know what these
Oh.
fuckheads are talking about.
We're split down the middle.
French's yellow mustard.
Darn.
You get a
Hell yeah.
nice you get the nice cross section of the yellow mustard and the ketchup on your glizzy. That's just
No.
it's goblin time from there.
Is that what you?
If
Is
there's
that your
one thing I know about Brian Bodenstein, it's that he loves gobbling glizzies.
I am the
Yeah.
glizzy gobbler. Actually, I might change my title from gentleman number 3 to the glizzy gobbler.
I think that's gonna have to
Especially
stick.
if that glizzy is coated in chili.
All right, good luck moving up the
Now,
totem
what do we
pole.
think of chili dogs, fellas?
Chili dogs also exist.
I'm at the top of the totem pole today
You know what?
as the host.
He
I
did,
actually,
bump us down, didn't he?
he kind of did.
You
I'm
weren't
second,
there.
which is weird. You know what?
He was
No
there in
offense.
spirit. He's the
Yeah.
voice of the podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna come clean. I can't remember the last time I had a chili dog.
Me
No?
neither.
Yeah, me neither.
That's because I've never had a chili dog. But you see,
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know, the last time
Noah,
might have
I
been never.
thought- I
you
thought
see,
you were a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. You know,
I
his
am,
favorite
but I don't
food
like
is
chili
now?
dogs. More for Sonic. You see, to like chili dogs, you have to be this. You have to eat this substance called
Boo, spit it out.
meat.
Oh, I
He's
forgot.
finally
He's
addressing
one of
the
he's one of
controversy.
those.
And I haven't done that substance in a while.
Noah, you
I've
know,
been
eats
clean for
grass.
over 2 years.
Noah, you know, we were split down the middle. We were split down the middle on the mustard debate, but
Did
you
you
are
get your
not
2-year
winning this
coin,
one, my
Noah?
friend.
What?
Did you get your 2-year coin, Noah?
Oh, I don't think you get coins until you reach like 5. Yeah, I get my V coin at 5.
You still on the wagon?
Stands for vegetarian, by the way. Don't get any ideas, listeners.
You couldn't even physically eat meat now if you wanted to, right?
Probably not. I think my body would go, "What are you doing?
You'd
I'm going
have
to kill
to-
you now."
Ease into it very slowly.
Gradually.
Yeah.
Maybe start by nibbling
Like,
on a
eat
nice McDonald's
Bite
chicken
of
nugget.
steak and then like wait a week.
You guys took completely different approaches. I don't think I want to start with McDonald's chicken nuggets.
I don't think you want to start
I
with
mean,
McDonald's
no?
anything.
Yeah, I know what you mean by like something light, but I don't think McDonald's is wise.
Eat McDonald's
Why
fries.
not?
All right,
It's
you
an
know what?
American
Okay,
classic.
okay. I just want to say that Noah, I can hear you out on like the no red meat thing. I know that's a whole topic in and of itself.
Yes.
I don't agree personally. I
Whoops.
love red meat, but living the rest of my life without chicken would just be brutal. Like I don't think I could do it.
Chicken was kind of like at first. Chicken was the harder thing to avoid.
That's because it's so good and it's in
that's-
everything.
That's also all I really ate in terms of meat before, anyways, with the exception of like hot dogs and burgers, which I still didn't even have that much of. Excuse me. But I found ways around. I like fake chicken.
Yeah, did you like crave chicken for a minute there?
I never really craved it. It was just kind of like well, I see it, and sometimes it looks good, but I won't have it. I will not.
He's done, guys.
Damn, that's
Actually,
crazy.
hamburgers are done. People are finished.
Stop. No.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Noah, you're getting kicked off the podcast.
can
I
I
can't
take his
believe-
place?
Jacob's gentleman too
Yeah,
now.
Jacob's been promoted to the second rung on the totem pole.
Hey.
Ryan didn't even do anything, and I got thrown to the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, you're
Well, you know
not
what?
even part of the totem pole anymore.
I'm underground.
I don't know if I can handle all this pressure. I'm not too good a vocalist, you know, like I don't know very many
But
instruments.
you're the voice.
But I am
I'm
the
not that good
voice.
a vocalist, he says to the 3 non-vocalists.
That's what I was laughing about.
Hey, well, at least Logan went to school for it. So
We give it the old college try, let's say.
in college,
If you will.
I want to cycle back
Go ahead.
to Noah. Pretend it's the like impossible version of what I'm about to say.
Okay.
If you guys could have a hot dog with any toppings, what would you pick?
ketchup, probably.
Are we talking like just condiments or like
Anything,
Anything.
any toppings. I should say.
anything?
I guess I like cheese dogs. Cheese
Okay,
dogs
my
are good.
go-to would be, all right, here's the whole formula. Hot dog bun, right? Open it, because if you don't, you're dumb. Ketchup on the bottom, slice of cheese on top of the ketchup, hot dog on top of the ketchup, and then tucked to the side of the hot dog is roasted red peppers and grilled onions.
Ooh.
Damn,
Ooh.
Noah's got a whole recipe over here.
I
Sounds- That sounds fancy.
Try it.
That is the sexiest you've ever been to me.
That's gourmet
Oh.
right there.
Well,
Gourmet
I'm
dog.
glad I could be of assistance.
You're insisting me in ways you don't even know.
I'm assisting you with wieners.
I'd stick with what Brian said earlier. Just ketchup and mustard on that. on
Yeah,
that
I'd probably just rip ketchup because
You wouldn't
I
go
think
any
mustard's pretty
crazier than
gross.
that.
Yeah.
hot dog. I don't
mean-
know that I wouldn't.
It
But
depends
I
on my
just- that's my favorite.
scenario. Like, if I'm not in a place where I'm well equipped to prepare some peppers and onions, I'll just go with some ketchup and cheese on that thing. But
Yeah, you
like,
know what? Why overcomplicate things?
if
Keep
I've
it
got
simple.
the time and I'm feeling like I want a good meal, not just something thrown together in the span of 30 minutes or less, which is what I did right before this podcast session. Yeah, why not? I'd consider it. You know, I really should try that sometime. I need to get the tofu dogs or whatever the heck they are.
Do those take? Have you had an Impossible hot dog or whatever?
I found so at the big ABC Mart, I got a package of, I think they were tofu dogs, or I don't remember exactly what they were, but they were meatless, and I tried it once, and it was it didn't taste or really feel like a hot dog, but it was still pretty good. I think I just had ketchup and dog on a bun.
You can't go wrong.
Dog
with
on a
that,
bun,
you know?
fan name.
Dog on a bun.
No, I was just thinking about how Noah was talking about how it felt really good and something about meat. I spaced out for a second there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Something. You know.
I didn't mean to distract
Your brain
you.
chose what it wanted to hear. So, I am very curious, Jacob, because
All right.
I can't shake it, you know, because I heard through the grapevine that you went on a little trip recently. Is that
Oh,
correct?
you know it. Yes, I did. I visited my cousin down in San Antonio, Texas, and
San
that
Antonio, Texas.
that
San Antonio.
was a great trip. I wish it was longer. I would have loved to stay there for like
Well, I
upwards
bet
of a
you wish it
week.
was longer.
Oh,
What?
you bet I wish it was longer. You know, it was already kind of a short trip the way I planned it because I wasn't sure what my January was going to look like, and it didn't help that there's this freak snowstorm over the south right now that cut it down by a day. I was supposed to fly out on a Friday, and my flights kept getting knocked back and back and back, and eventually I was just like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going home. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. So I flew out on a Saturday instead, and it happened that the plane or the flight that kept getting delayed that I was supposed to leave on, I had a layover in Atlanta, and it would have been landing in Atlanta as my flight to San Antonio was taking off. So it was a good thing I went home, or else I would have been stranded in Georgia, and who the heck wants that?
I love
Are they
airlines.
Georgians?
I like flying, like I like the actual act of flying. I think it's fun. I like being on an airplane, but everything outside of that, everything outside of that's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Our most recent airport experience was certainly an experience.
It was something.
Did you get frisked?
I know it was Logan's most recent. I don't know if it was Brian's. You
Yeah,
haven't gone
yeah.
anywhere, have you? Other than
No, I haven't flown since the time you're thinking of. I believe.
Got it.
I think.
Vegas.
I think.
Vegas, baby. I wasn't there.
La
They didn't invite me.
Vegas. Yeah, we suck. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. We had a great summer after that anyway.
That is
We
a
did.
true
We
statement.
did.
We want to talk about that today too. We've had a lot
Ooh.
of
We sure do.
We've had a lot of good memories this past year, boys.
a lot of good time. I want to hear about Texas more though.
Yeah. I was gonna circle back after we got done with airlines, but I'll jump in. We checked out couple of places. There's this market near them that's open on the weekends called the Pearl, and they just have a whole bunch of like tents set up, vendors, all the whole 9 yards, and then they have like a big actual like almost like a supermarket. It's super open concept. It's such a cool place, and just a really really nice place to be. There's like a little green area where my cousin has a daughter. Her name's she's like a little over a year old, but it was really great to just like let her run around and have fun, be a little kid, you know.
Nice.
So we went and did that. We visited the Alamo, which I knew nothing about going into it, but after we
I've heard of
watched,
it.
yeah, after we watched a documentary about it, and it's kind of interesting. But it's also interesting, like how I don't know if we just didn't watch the most in-depth documentary, but it's kind of interesting how little of a part the Alamo played. It was mostly like the stuff going on, like with the people that ended up at the Alamo when they actually had the big battle there. But yeah, so that was kind of cool.
You think they'd really try and touch on anything if it's like a comprehensive documentary, or maybe
Yeah,
there's so much history around
yeah.
it that it's hard to
I
cover.
don't know. We ended up watching like an almost hour-long video on YouTube, so there must have just been a whole lot around it. Let's see, what else did we do? We went to Bernie, Texas, which is about a half hour away from where my cousin lives in San Antonio, and we checked out a bunch of stuff over there. I had so much coffee in Texas. They have coffee places everywhere. Got to visit Black
They
Rifle,
make it good
which
down there.
oh,
Do
you
they make,
bet.
are the coffees all bigger down there? Aren't things bigger in Texas?
You know what? Everything is bigger in Texas, but I gotta say the coffees they kind of seem to be about the same size as they are here.
Oh, that's a
Lame.
Oh, yeah.
disappointment.
Had a whole lot of Texas barbecue. Just there. Oh, where was that place? This place, Pinkerton's Barbecue in Texas. They have the best
That sounds
brisket.
very southern.
They
You go to
have
Texas Roadhouse in Texas.
no, because I have Texas Roadhouse here. Although that would have been kind of
So
funny.
you can feel like you're in Texas.
You know what? That's true. But Pinkerton's Barbecue in Texas has hands down the best beef brisket I've ever tasted in my entire life. Noah, I'm sorry you can't relate, but oh my god, that stuff was amazing.
He could have grass brisket.
He could have the grass that the cows eat before they get made into brisket.
Yeah, I'll just go graze in the field with them. Why not?
Go in the
Live a
pasture
little.
out back behind my house.
Well, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's there. We live in farms.
Pasteurized Noah.
Yep.
We do live in farms.
We live in farms, but our schools were named after panthers because
Yeah.
cow prep just didn't sound good.
I also got to visit Bunker Brand & Co. in their one location in Bernie, which is a apparel company that I get some of my clothes from. So that was pretty neat.
I think I've seen you in those.
Yeah, you have. We went to a zoo with little because she liked to see the animals, and we just walked around a lot. And near the end, on the last day, right before I flew out, my cousin took me to this little like town in the middle of San Antonio called La Vallita, and it's like 1 minute you're in big city, next you're just in like a small little like town square area, and then there's like a whole river walk that loops around the San Antonio River. Just so cool. I can't wait to go back again. I'm hoping that I can go back at some point over the summer, but I'm not sure how it's going to work out with like work and if I get an internship or anything like that. So, we'll have to see. But if I go back, I want to go back for probably like a week or maybe more.
That should be one of the boys' trips, I think.
Well, we have an idea
Ooh.
now.
I've always wanted to go to Texas.
I don't know when else I'm going to go to Texas, so got to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, we might have to get a hotel because I'd feel kind of bad if I asked my cousin
Yeah,
if she
yeah.
could shack up 6 guys in her
We
house.
would not put that on your cousin.
We'll figure it out. So does she just happen to live there, or is your family kind of from that
Okay, so
area?
originally, pretty much all my family lived up here. My grandfather on my mom's side moved to Mississippi some years ago, and while after that, my cousin moved out to Colorado, and then my aunt and uncle followed her, and then a whole bunch of years went by. She ended up moving to Texas. My aunt and uncle are in Arizona now, and then they're going to be moving to Texas pretty soon too. So we just kind of shot out from this corner of the United States of America and bounced around a little bit.
And
Yeah, I guess so. Just had
settled on
the
Texas.
itch to get out there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so much out there, even just in the country that we live in.
Yeah, that's
And-
why I want to explore. But to explore, you need money, and when you're a college student, you usually don't have a lot of it.
Yeah, that's true. Going all the way out to Texas, like, not only is it like exponentially bigger than it is here, it's just there's so much to do. Like,
Like, you can fit like half of the other states inside Texas, practically.
pretty much you can fit all the states, not at the same time, but Texas is the second biggest state in the United States, so you can fit every state in there. Not at the same time, of course, but
You could probably fit like,
Only Delaware is bigger.
yeah.
Yep, Logie's
for
got a point
I
there.
wonder if you could fit like the whole East Coast. It's not East. Yeah, East. I'm dumb. East Coast inside
Yeast.
of Texas.
Like, not
Like,
the states that make up the East
I
Coast,
meant the East Coast states. Yeah.
all the states.
So like, what would that be? So like Maine, New Hampshire, Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York.
Well, I mean, it gets pretty big in, like, once you get to, like, Florida and the Carolinas.
Yeah, maybe not all the states, but like definitely New England and probably New York.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely fit, like, New England in.
Probably, I'd
Italy.
say, maybe the Northeast. Could you throw like Maryland and Delaware and Pennsylvania in there, and Jersey?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
not
you could definitely
Pennsylvania,
fit all of
but
those in
definitely
there.
those smaller ones.
I think you'd probably have to stop once you got to Virginia. I don't think you could fit all of Virginia in it. So, like, if you're starting at Maine and going down.
Yeah.
Noah, calculate that for us real quick.
The
Do math.
calculation's called a Google search. Whoops. So when you're talking and you're trying to type at the same time, and then you just start typing or what you're speaking?
Did you type Google search?
Maybe.
Possibly. It's too predictable.
No, I
Relax.
just
I'm
thought
not
you
one of
had the square mileage of all the states memorized.
Okay, fine. I'll look up the square mileage of all. What square mileage of Texas is the first thing that comes up?
Well, while Noah does that, I'll
Of course.
continue.
Yeah, go ahead. All right,
Yeah, go
time to
ahead.
crack out Desmos.
Desmos. We filled our days like we didn't have a whole lot of downtime while we were there because we wanted to go see stuff and just what was around. So we filled pretty much every day that we had there just doing stuff, and there's so much more to do. Like, my cousin says she's been living there over a year now, I think, maybe closer to 2, and she still hasn't seen everything, even just like around where she lives. Like, she'll always be finding like a new spot to get coffee or somewhere to eat, and it's crazy because I feel like I know where everything is here. Like, takes an hour to drive from the top of Massachusetts to the bottom. I will say I do like the San Antonio area, and where my cousin lives, it's like in almost like a little suburb area, and it's nice that they're close to everything. They're about a half hour away, and it doesn't feel like they're in the middle of a big city, but also I still feel like I'd probably like to settle down somewhere a little more out of the way, a little more rural, a little more, not as many people
yeah.
around me.
That's kind of the area I'll always be.
Yeah, hey, that's where I was raised. That's what I know. I like it quieter.
You like farm. You like
Farm.
living in a pasture.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not my pasture,
Eating
but
grass.
no, Noah eats all the grass.
Yeah, you guys saved the grass for me.
Yeah,
You're so
Noah,
kind.
fucking save some grass for the rest of us, okay?
Noah, you should
So
give
are
up
there,
eating butter.
Wait, hold on.
Do you have it, Noah?
He's doing some advanced calculations, guys.
I
Give him a
think-
minute.
Whoa, that's tiny. Okay.
I'm not gonna comment. I'm not gonna
Hush.
comment.
Don't say
I'm
it.
not
I
gonna-
know you want to. Okay, so I've done some calculations. I think I've gotten about as far as I can go because all the states are getting bigger. But I have added up the square mileage of all the New England states, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Virginia, West Virginia, and Washington, D.C. And according to Google, we still have 5,500 miles to spare left in Texas.
That's a lot.
For reference,
Not
how many
surprising.
square miles is Massachusetts made of?
I'll look that up because when I did it, I looked up square mileage of New England.
I was going to ask if you did that, because that'd be a lot smarter than looking up all 6 states individually.
That's what I would have done.
Mass
I wouldn't have,
is
'cause I'm
about
dumb.
10.5K square miles.
10,500, and there were
10,554.
so you had about a half of Massachusetts left.
Yeah,
I think it's
say.
pretty reasonable to
Mass.
say that you wouldn't have had any other states fit into
Yeah,
that.
that's why I was. It's about a Connecticut. Connecticut's like 50 miles larger than the amount of miles we have left.
Okay,
So, there's that. That's the burning math question of the day.
there you
Sorry.
go.
Burning Man.
That
You
should be
never
a
would
new
have known.
segment.
Had
From
you
our
not listened.
resident math major, Noah DeRuiter. Math question
course.
of the day.
I like
Can we
Noah.
get some applause? Whoa.
I hit my mic by accident.
Noah muted his mic and it got a lot quieter all of a sudden.
All right,
Are there
so
more, Oh, go ahead, Noah.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Where were we? Because I kind of just got immersed in the square mileage of states for a little bit.
We were still talking about Texas, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much covered everything we did there. Like I said, it wasn't that long of a trip. I think it only ended up being around 4 days.
I mean,
That's
what
a
most
pretty
of our
good one.
trips usually.
Yeah,
end up
you know,
being,
it's
so not bad.
solid, but I could have spent more time there, and I think wish that I spent a little more time there too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll go
Next
this
time.
summer or
Yeah, if
spring or whatever.
I'm gonna try to go this summer if I can.
Yeah. It's probably expensive, but
You
worth the
know,
trip, I'm sure.
it's not bad. I mean, like I don't have to get a hotel or anything, and I think a plane ticket was
True.
only like it wasn't even $400. I don't think.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's not bad.
Which
at all.
you know, for $400 isn't nothing, but as far
But
as
for a
like plane
ticket
tickets
to
go,
Texas, that's not horrible.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I was smart about it.
So I wanted to know, are there more Cowboys or Texans fans in San Antonio?
You know what? I really couldn't tell you. I don't pay any attention to football. Sorry to be that guy, Brian, but not my thing.
You didn't see
One
any?
of us.
There were
No.
no jerseys walking around? Huh.
None that I saw. You know.
Because I
Guess they're
wonder
not.
where geographically that's closer to.
San Antonio's like basically in the middle of the southern tip of Texas, I believe.
Oh, probably Spurs fans are more common to see there.
I think I did see something about the Spurs. It's a basketball team, right?
Yep, that's their basketball. So they do have a basketball team.
I believe I saw like one store just dedicated to the Spurs.
Okay, looks like they're a little closer to Houston, so it's
Houston?
probably more
Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. There are probably more Texans fans there, if I had to guess.
Swaggart.
Brian, if you had to choose one, would you choose the Texans or the Cowboys to root for?
Oh, Texans, big time. The Cowboys are annoying as hell.
Oh yeah, I went to school with a guy that was a Cowboys fan. That was that was interesting.
I really thought he was just gonna say he went to school with a cowboy.
I did too.
I wish that would have been fun.
Howdy, Jacob.
Howdy,
Passed your
partner.
calculus exam?
In high school? Yeah, right.
Highest the
That
second
exam ain't
grade.
big enough for the two of us.
I took calculus in high school.
I did too.
I went to the Eagle Academy.
Oh, right.
You're not doing that over at the Eagle Academy.
I don't even need to say anything. I don't even think they offered calculus.
No. My brother from Eagle Academy is taking some sort of engineering class. I think it's mostly CAD.
It's just CAD. I took that class too. So basically Eagle Academy, your freshman and sophomore year, I believe you take physics and biology for your science classes. Although I took 2 years of physics, so I don't know how that ended up
Good
shaking
job.
out.
I don't know how you did that.
I don't know either. And then in your junior and senior year, you get to pick between chemistry and engineering, and then whichever one you don't pick for your junior year, you take in your senior year. So, funny
You get
enough,
the illusion of choice.
yeah. Well, you still do get the choice of which one you take first, but
Right.
funny enough, I ended up choosing chemistry to take in my junior year, and that ended up being the year that got cut off for me due to coronavirus. So I ended up getting more out of my
Oh.
engineering. I ended up getting more out of my engineering class than my chemistry class, and wouldn't you know it, now I'm an engineering major. So, yeah.
Well, you must have liked it.
The class wasn't that bad. It also wasn't that good. It was the first year
We
doing
call
like
that
the
average.
hybrid. It was the first year doing the hybrid, so I kind of got to give them a little bit of leeway.
Yep, okay, I see why. I see your
That contributed to it being
reasoning.
kind of ass, but it wasn't terrible. We got to do a lot of CAD, 3D printing. We got to kind of make things out of just junk, more or less. As true engineers do.
Junk.
Yeah. Yeah, Brock came home with a 3D printed puzzle box that he had me solve, and I'm
I
like,
have
why
mine
didn't
around
I
here.
get to do this in high school?
I have mine around here
That
somewhere. I don't know where the
Yeah, all
hell
I
I
got
put
to
it.
make was a wooden puzzle in woodshop in 7th grade.
Oh, I have that
I
around here
made a
too.
duck.
I
made a
also
duck
have that.
also.
I actually have that. I know where that is. I'm looking at it right
I
now.
think I have my duck somewhere. Wait.
I have everything.
No, we weren't. I couldn't remember if we were in the same wood shop class, but we were not.
That what? Woodshop was actually pretty fun. Oh, there's
It
the
was
duck.
fun.
There's the duck.
Duck.
Although you know what? This being a podcast, no one's gonna see this.
Nope.
No,
Oh,
but I
look.
like Logie and Noah know I like to pop in sometimes.
Well, actually, yeah. Now that you're popping in, let me see if I can find some of my stuff. Oh,
This doesn't affect anyone who's listening to this.
oh,
They don't know what's
absolutely
going on.
not.
But
I showed the guys my duck because I had
for those
it
of
on
you that can't see us, which is everyone, yes, Brian showed us his wooden duck that he made in his woodshop class.
Why does that sound dirty?
Here, let me get
I
my
was
I
thinking
was
the
trying
camera
to
room.
make it
Duck.
not sound dirty, and apparently I
So-
can't. You have a TV in your room? Maybe I knew that.
Oh, can you see it?
Yes.
Jacob's room is orange, for those of you wondering.
So Noah, that's the TV that used to be in our living room.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
remember that? It's huge. I love
It
it.
is huge.
It's huge.
So, all right, I got my toolbox here.
I saw the toolbox.
Here
Ooh,
we
I
have.
think that's where all my stuff is.
It's
in the
covered in
toolbox my
dust. Hold on,
basement.
that's gross.
Oh, wait, I think I made.
Get your
Don't
ass together,
inhale the
dude.
dust.
No, I blew it, but it flew everywhere. So here's the wooden puzzle. One of the sides is missing. It's in there, but it's come off.
That's sad.
Oh, this is so dusty. This is embarrassing. Here's the little like RC car, or not RC car. That was stupid.
RC car made
Here's
of.
the-
Wait,
yeah,
that was
the
8th
little-
grade, I think, wasn't it? We did those in 8th grade.
I don't know. This is a little rubber band car. That was super
Yep.
cool.
I remember making those.
The top is buried. I'm not
Photo.
grabbing it, but this is my puzzle cube.
Very
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Very dusty.
that looks like a lot like the one Brock made.
I probably haven't touched this in
Brock.
like 5 years or so.
It took me a second
Well.
to remember his alias.
What alias? That's his actual name.
It is.
So yeah, basically what we did
Brother Brock.
is
Is
we
his full name
used-
Brockton?
Brockton. Brother Brockton.
I'm not going to continue until Noah gets an answer. Oh god, I hope I remember how to put this back
Family?
together.
You've made a grave mistake. Oh, we have those all over our math department. Little puzzle cubes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're fun.
I don't remember how it goes together.
That's
This is
fun.
bad.
You'll figure it out eventually.
So basically, what we did is we got given the what's it called? What's the fancy name for like 3D graph paper? I'm gonna remember. What's the name for like 3D viewing of something? It has a fancy name. Did you say GeoGebra?
Maybe.
Oh God.
I'll find it and like edit in an
Oh.
AI voice telling you what it is.
Isometric view.
Yeah.
Don't really know what 3D paper. I don't know.
Hold on.
Holding space.
360. I don't know.
360.
In the meantime, Logie, how are you
Stupid.
feeling?
I'm better. I had an ear infection like this week, and that's been great. I had to go to the emergency room because my whole ear was blocked and I couldn't hear, and it was in like constant pain.
That sounds bad.
So that was fun. But they gave me antibiotics, and those have helped a lot. And now I don't have the pain anymore. It's still kind of clogged because it was like earwax, but it's mostly better.
Nice.
That's good to hear,
So
Logie.
happy to hear that.
Oh yeah, so happy.
Certainly.
How long did the wait end up taking you?
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
curious.
I think it was like 2.5 hours waiting, and then, or like 2:45, and then half an hour once I got in there to when I could leave.
Jeez.
So it was like 3 hours and 15. We were debating about leaving. We're like, it's been 2.5 hours. Do we just leave? Like, I'm not gonna get any pain relief, but we're sick of waiting, and it's not like a life or death thing because people just kept coming in with like, there was a dude who was like clutching his
Arms
chest,
falling
couldn't
off.
breathe. Yeah, there was like people like screaming in pain. I'm like, okay, we're not gonna get treated anytime soon, which is understandable.
Yes.
You were the lowest on the totem pole in that wait.
You
Exactly.
could have gone. What day was this that you went?
Monday.
There's urgent care places too. I feel like
I
that
don't
wouldn't have
know.
been much different. Probably still would have had to wait like 2 hours.
So we finally, it's 2.5 hours, and we're like, okay, do we just leave? And then 10 minutes later, they called me in. So
And you got your answer.
it was good we didn't just leave. I was like, we might as well wait. We've waited this long.
Yeah.
And that saved your life.
I don't know about that, but
It saved
So we
your
can continue this
week.
podcast.
Yes.
You told the nurses, if you don't get me in right now, we can't get the Egregious podcast out to the people. And trust me, when the
And then
Egregious
you don't want
podcast goes
that.
down, the world goes down with it.
they
Uh.
took the guy with 107 fever and just shoved him out into the street when they heard that.
They're like, we gotta keep this pod going.
They did. His life is not as valuable as this podcast.
All 3 people that are going to listen to it.
Nah, it'll blow up. It'll be more.
Is it narcissistic that I'm going to listen to my own podcast on the way to school?
Do you
Nah.
listen?
If it was
Do you listen
just
to your
you,
own
maybe.
songs?
I do listen to, usually when they come on shuffle, I'm not like, hey Siri, play in the kitchen.
Yeah. I
Right.
wouldn't say so because I'll
I
play
only
them
do
on
that
shuffle.
with Mirror Image.
My mirror image.
Oh yeah, I don't think it would be that narcissistic because it's not just you talking. Like,
Yeah.
You're
No.
hearing about the action that's going on in everyone else's lives too.
right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting
to me-
action, trust me.
I guess that's not much different than like
Not all of
rewatching a
us.
funny video you made with your friends one time, except there's no video, it's just audio. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's a good way to reminisce, you know?
Exactly.
Look back on the good times when I'm frail and dying in a couple of years.
Yeah,
In a couple of years.
yeah, that's accurate.
Couple of years, yep. I don't got long left, guys, so
No.
enjoy me on this podcast while you can.
We
Jacob,
better
I officially, you take my spot when I die.
we
Okay.
better finish
I'm
an
writing it
album
into my
before
will.
Brian kicks the can.
Okay.
I'm gonna establish a will just so I can clarify that only Jacob gets to take over for me.
Hey, you know what? Sounds good. I'm not gonna say that I can do a better job than you, Brian, because you're irreplaceable, but I'll do my best.
I am the eye candy in the
Well, we do. Darn it! No, man. That's what I was gonna say.
He sniped you, Noah.
I was gonna
You
say we
just
need
got
new eye
sniped.
candy.
Sniped.
I'm just too
Sniper.
vain, Noah. You guys gotta take me down a couple pegs on the totem pole. I'm getting kind of really gassed up about myself right now.
You know
Getting
what?
really oiled up.
Gassed up is better than oiled up. Why is everyone stealing my jokes?
You're getting sniped, Noah.
I can't
Noah's
win
the laughing
anymore.
stock of this podcast.
Is this what it feels like to be underground on the totem pole?
Is this what it feels like to be Brian?
That's what it feels like to be loved.
No, this is not what it feels like.
Maybe.
So this is just a random question that popped into my head. Jacob, what's your favorite Randy's Gentleman song? I know there's only 3, but
None of them.
You know what? I'm gonna go a little unconventional. Actually, no. I'm gonna take you on a journey for me. You know, I listened to In the Kitchen when it came out. You know, I also listened to Mirror Image and Lauren on their release days. Out of all 3 Randy's Gentleman songs, I'd have to rank them. This is going to be very controversial, I know. In the Kitchen is in 3rd place out of 3.
Hell
all
yeah.
right.
I'm sorry.
That's honestly not that controversial.
No, I don't think it is either.
I agree.
For me personally, Mirror Image is in 2nd. I did like it. I liked the beat. I liked I don't know, it almost sounded like some kind of like alt rock something or other, and you know,
almost
that's
like it was.
yeah. And that's kind of where
It's
my
it's a very different vibe from what we normally do, I feel like.
it's kind of where my preferences tend to lie. Not all the time, but sometimes. And you know, first has to go to Lauren. I don't even think that needs explaining. It's just a banger. You guys knocked it out of the park. Especially shout out to main vocalist guy Logie P. Like holy,
Logie P on
Stop
the mic.
oiling me up.
holy! No, I'm gonna keep oiling you up, big
No,
boy.
he's not gonna stop.
That's what we do on this podcast, Jacob. We oil each other up.
All right, sounds like
That's
a good
what
time.
good bros do.
I just looked at the chat and saw BBL Jacob.
BBL.
That's funny.
No.
Would you like to elaborate, Brian, on BBL?
No. I'm just kidding. Did you see when the Duolingo owl got the BBL?
What?
What?
Duo,
never
what did
saw
you
that?
do?
I don't think so.
I want to get your live reactions to the Duolingo owl with the BBL.
BBL. What the hell is a BBL?
You listeners get to experience this.
No, this is the point where
as
everyone
it
turns.
happens.
This is the point where everyone turns the podcast off.
You know when you feel like you really
Okay,
have
I've
to
seen
sneeze,
enough.
but then it's just not happening?
What?
Sneeze.
That's how I
Achoo.
feel right now.
Sneeze. Achoo.
No, it's gone. Oh,
You lost it.
Back.
So you got the plastic surgery and everything. Wait, I'm sending it in the Discord.
Brother.
Okay. There's what you guys want to
Oh
see.
no.
boy, a Discord
What the
notification.
hell is this?
What am I looking at?
Someone take Brian's
Do
internet
a Y.
privileges away.
All right, I think that's worthy of getting knocked down the notch on a totem pole.
All right, I'll be right
Damn
back,
it.
guys. I got to go do some Duolingo.
I do too. We need to keep our friend streak alive. Fun
We,
fact:
The
Jacob and I
Duolingo
have
owl
a
will apparently disembowel you if you don't.
how? What is our friend streak? It's like 100. Is it 190 now?
I don't know, man.
191. I don't know. It's around there.
We still got like 2.5 hours to do it.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll leave it right up until the end.
Well, yeah, that's what I always do.
So I had something I wanted to bring up, and I thought it would be interesting while Jacob's here. It's It's not necessarily
Jacob
yeah,
related.
yeah, but I thought it would be funny. So we have recently gotten our first hater and
What?
some
Before we've released an episode?
no, sorry, Randy's Gentleman.
Wait, we do?
Oh.
We've gotten our first hate
I was
message,
not
and
aware of this.
we've got a
Wow.
lot of recent the opposite side of the spectrum, like people supporting us.
You got like an actual genuine hate message?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda.
So
Hold
I've
on,
been
this is
doing
We have
the
controversy?
so I've been doing the staring at the camera until Lauren hits 1,000 streams, which oh my god, I'm sick of. And I keep forgetting to do it, which is yeah. But anyway, so on day 25, I think now we're up to 37, I want to say. So on day 25,
Oh my God.
I did it, and I just jokingly made the caption, "This has gone on far too long. Stream Lauren so I can stop making these." I thought it was funny. Whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
This
No,
dude.
that's, yeah.
I mean, if you take the time to get to know us, you can probably figure out that was
Right.
that was a joke.
This dude comments, "My brother in Christ, you got to make a better song."
Jesus.
No!
No!
Ugh!
Wow.
Punched
We'll
in
never
my
get to
heart.
1,000 streams now.
That's awesome.
I hope he
But we
knows
have
that
the
he just got
endorsement from
shouted out.
Jacob.
Huh?
We have the endorsement from Jacob as being the best song, actually. So
True.
It is a good song. I will say, I believe it is a good song with all my heart.
So on this one, day 37, the most recent, which was 3 days ago. Shh. I put day 37. I tried moving this time. Stream Lauren or whatever. Somebody said, "It's good. Gives me Ben Folds vibes from back in the day. Where can I hear the whole thing on repeat while I sleep?"
Okay.
I don't know if that's full compliment or it's kind of mixed. I feel like.
that
And then
is
he,
crazy. My stepdad compared us to Ben Folds.
huh? Hey, Ben Folds is pretty good.
So I guess that's just the vibe we put out. I like
Does
Ben
your-
Folds.
Does your stepdad happen to have TikTok?
I feel like Lauren.
I don't think so.
I feel like for Lauren, that's a good comparison. I feel like each song kind of has a different vibe for sure. We don't really have a specific.
I think
I
I
I
feel
think
like
the
Lauren
fact
and Kitchen are more similar, but
We're
But
still
not
pretty
really?
different.
I don't know
So
if I don't know if I'd go that far.
We only have 3 songs, so there's not
No.
enough data
Right.
yet to like give
Yeah.
us a genre. Even
No,
though I
you know
think
we
what?
don't
if you-
even know what our
I
vibe
think
is.
I think the fact
I
that
think if
every
you Google
song
us, it
is
says rock.
maybe.
Go ahead, Jacob.
I think the fact
Yeah.
that every song is different is your vibe. Like you don't have
Yeah.
a vibe. That's your vibe.
Guys, I
You
just
can't put us in a box.
You
I
get
just
what you
Google
get.
searched Randy's Gentleman, and the stupid AI that you can't turn off for some reason.
I hate that so much.
It reads, Randy's Gentleman is a rock band known for songs like In the Kitchen, Mirror Image, and Lauren. You can listen to their music on
Whoa.
Amazon Music and Apple Music.
Amazon
Oh, yeah.
Music,
That's
really?
kind of cool.
Apparently not Spotify.
Okay, who knew?
Yeah, I bet that bot likes our music.
I bet it does. I bet it's listened to every second.
The
hundreds of
same
times.
guy that wants to. Yeah, the same guy that thinks we sound like Ben Folds says I look like Seth Rogen. Because he
Uh,
I mean,
commented
the hairdo, maybe.
maybe.
A little bit.
commented before on a different video, and then on this one responded to his own comment, or her, I don't know.
There.
You still look like Seth Rogen.
It
Yeah,
hasn't changed, Logie. You still
It
look
hasn't
like
changed
Seth
in
Rogen.
24 hours.
I know I wasn't about to shout anybody out, but at the real Tiggy Skibbles followed us
Ooh.
and said, "I hope this blows up soon. I really love your voice. It's so soothing."
Aw, that's
Aw.
so sweet.
Thank you, the real Tiggy Skibbles.
Little did Tiggy
I love
Skibbles
that
know,
username.
but
I
they'd be
think it's
getting
funny.
the soothing voice of me.
Jacob ASMR.
I had class at 8 a.m. today.
It's only 9:40. That's like basically noon in college kid time.
I also was up until like 1:30 last night because homework.
Me too.
And I
Because
was doing... So the reason I was like, let's keep the recording time for tonight's session around 8, because I was doing some homework for another class that was taking me forever. And I'm like maybe 2/3 of the way through this assignment that's due tomorrow in class. And
Nice.
then I get an email. And the email is from the professor for this class saying, I'm taking a sick day tomorrow. We're not having class. So your homework is due Monday. And I just went like, I'm done. Closed laptop, went to make pizza, and got ready to do the podcast.
damn, that's brutal.
So
Yeah,
I have another
nice.
little funny thing I wanted to bring up. It's a story. So it's
Well,
a
we're known
short
for
story
those so
though.
far.
So one time I was at my dad's house, and this was probably, I want to say 10th grade maybe, somewhere around there, high school. And I was waiting for friends to come over. I don't know who all was coming over. It's not important to the story. But people were coming over. That's the important thing. Now, our friend group has some tricksters, some pranksters, some shenanigans,
Mhm.
that go on. And I'm kind of like, I'm standing in the kitchen, shout out,
Famously.
standing in the kitchen, kind of looking out the door, because that's, at my dad's house, that's how you get in, is through the kitchen. That's, the front door is kind of not used. So I see somebody just like sprint by the door. And I just see a flash, and I'm like, oh, somebody's here, and they're trying to get me. So I run outside, and I just yell, I saw you, bitch! To this random, unsuspecting woman that I have not seen before in my life. And she looks at me like a deer caught in the headlights, turns, and sprints out of my driveway. I don't know who she was or why she was there,
Oh,
but she got an earful.
what the fuck?
How have I
You let
never
her
heard
have it,
that
Logan.
story before?
That's crazy, Logie.
If you're a regular listener of the podcast, you know how intimidating Logan can
Yeah,
be.
he can be.
Yeah, pipe wrench in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you came out like wielding a kitchen knife as part of the? You should have went like full throttle on that joke just for
Oh,
it to
God.
be even
Okay,
more
but the
awkward.
real question is why was she in your driveway?
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
That's
I
kind of
do
what I
not
was
know.
wondering.
Because like
I felt
no,
bad,
it might
but
have
at
been
the same time,
justified.
like, yeah.
joke
It's
turned
like
into an
snooping
actual
through your
threat.
shed or some shit.
Oof.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have been that bad if she was just walking past the house or whatever, like, past your
Yeah, 'cause
driveway, but she was
it's
in your
very-
driveway.
Very easy to tell what's your driveway and what's the sidewalk. There is a
Right.
very distinct
Like being in your
It's-
driveway is intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Yep.
It's not like she was walking down the street, you know? She was kind of encroaching on your property, so to speak.
I didn't know all this time Logie had a scorned
Justified.
ex-girlfriend that none of us knew about.
Apparently.
She was real pissed that you were
Middle-aged
you're
woman.
a successful musician.
She missed you. She was trying to get a little peek at you.
We'll just call her Miss Miller.
Miss Miller. Good.
You might peek in while you're
Mystery-
listening
Mystery
Sabrina
Miss
Carpenter
Miller.
in the shower.
That's happened.
What?
I know that's in your shower playlist. It's in my study playlist.
Yeah. What's even worse is I don't really use playlists. I choose each song and then get in the shower. I just outed myself.
You hand
That's
pick
okay.
your- yeah.
I don't
I
listen to
leave
music
Chloe
in the shower.
5 feet to be exact.
Exact. Do you guys like shaking that ass?
Sure.
Depends.
Not really. I'm pretty good at shaking that S.
Has anyone had the
Only when I'm that me espresso.
Has anyone had the Sabrina
You are
Carpenter
that me.
shaken espresso from Dunkin' Donuts?
Nope.
No, I don't like
So
coffee.
Brock actually works at Dunkin' Donuts, and
Oh, that's
we got a little
right.
posse together and went and visited
Oh.
him. And he
And
specifically
he gave you that
requested
S?
that one of us order the the shaken espresso because he
All
wanted to
right.
do the he
wanted-
wanted to do the Sabrina Carpenter dance while shaking it.
He wanted to bust
So.
it down.
He did. He wanted to show us his moves. So.
I might have to try it sometime, but you know, in all honesty, I've become more of a hot coffee person recently
I'm just
over the
not a
winter.
coffee person.
I used to get iced coffee no matter what. And I mean, like, I didn't get it all the time, but whenever I did, always iced coffee. Doesn't matter if it's the winter or what, but, you know, past couple weeks, I've been leaning more towards the hot coffee. You know, it's a lot nicer in the winter than
The
iced
hot
coffee.
cough.
That hot cough, if you will. I don't know what that means. What about 17 cents?
That's a story.
Well, you know what? This just happens to be the perfect place for stories. Hold on.
It is. If you got stories, we want to hear them.
Oh, Applebee's doesn't have an alias. Okay. So let me set the scene. Let me set the scene for you. We're at Applebee's.
Applebee's doesn't need an alien.
That was my dinner tonight.
We're at fucking
It's
Applebee's.
Pear Hornet.
Was it your birthday, Noah?
Space
Yeah,
Applebee's.
it was. It
That
was
was-
my 21st birthday.
That was after your birthday at well, I guess it was still your birthday, but we went to this fantastic bowling joint called
Ohio.
and
God.
I kind of feel like we should edit that out.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry, guys.
was that crossing a line?
That might have been a little specific, but
all
I won't
right,
edit it
all right.
out. I'll just change it. I'll change it. Don't
No, you know what?
worry.
No. I didn't realize we were trying to keep like specific named locations. I mean, I got the aliases, but
I'm muting.
I'm not,
see, I thought I was okay because I said Applebee. I guess I didn't say where it was, but
yeah, Applebee's is a
No,
chain.
Applebee's could be.
Applebee's could be anywhere.
that's. I didn't realize that was a rule. No one told me.
It's fine, Jacob.
That was on us. Don't worry.
I wasn't.
I can't
worried.
handle
I
this.
can edit.
That's- I'll take it. I'll take it from the top. You know what? I won't even mention bowling. I'll just say we went bowling.
We went bowling.
We went bowling for Noah's 21st birthday. We went
We
bowling,
did.
and then afterwards we got food at Applebee's. And I was, you know, this is going to be like story inception because this is a story in a story. I was telling everybody at the table around. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I was telling everyone at the table about a story that I had. That every time my parents would pay for something and they need money back on Venmo or vice versa, like I'd always just end up sending them like to the exact cent, just what I owed them or whatever. I wouldn't round up, wouldn't round down, but they would. So a lot of the time, I just send them back very small change amounts just to be an asshole. So I'm telling this story, and then I think the value was specifically 17 cents because out of nowhere, hold on,
I thought it was
I gotta check
7.
I gotta check the book. Wait a sec. Wait. Out of nowhere, Shay just sends me 7 cents or 17 cents or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was Shay. Hold on, it was either
Yeah,
Shay.
that was.
It was either Shay
Or
or
was it?
it was either
Chimera?
Shay or Chimera.
Well, you and Shay were the main combatants in this.
I feel like it
war.
was me and Shay.
Combatants.
So basically, we did start a war in the Applebee's of just sending each other like very small change amounts back and forth, and you know what? It got to the point where like everybody's just laughing their ass off, and that's just kind of stuck around ever since. Even as
has.
recently as our main trip, someone Venmo'd you, Brian, like a small change amount, and titled it "I hate you," and that became the profile picture of our group chat for the rest of the summer.
That's right. I forgot about. I think it's 2 cents.
Yeah.
I think it's. Let me check.
It's
My
2
profile
cents.
picture,
I
and then
hate you.
I hate you in quotations.
It was probably me.
2 cents.
Yeah, we haven't
Probably.
brought up the main men yet.
We'll get there. We'll
Yep,
get
the
there.
main men.
Hate you. 2 cents. It costs more to process that transaction than it does to than the money you're actually getting out of it. Sorry,
This
I
isn't
had a
exactly
stroke trying
related to
say-
Maine, but I think it should be mentioned how you know how guys, kind of flirt with each other, within
Yup.
your buddies.
No, I
I'm a
have,
so
I have
victim
no
of that.
idea. Yes, I know.
I love you, baby cakes. Anyway, um, you like that, That's kind of what they do. Me and Logie can't do it,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
It's uncomfortable.
and it's not like I can do it with Noah or Jacob anytime, but like
Same.
between me and
It
Logie,
just-
doesn't
For some
work.
reason, the dynamic between gentlemen 1 and 3 just doesn't click.
Yeah. I've tried to force it a few times because I'm like,
Whoa!
if I
That
force
didn't
it,
sound
Whoa!
no, that doesn't sound right.
Don't force yourself on me, Logie.
Or do.
You don't have to try that hard.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can do it
Aha.
sometimes.
I'm really trying to think of how to word this now.
Uh,
Brian and I thought that if we flirted with each other enough, eventually it would feel natural. So I've tried, and it hasn't really gotten to that point.
it's been a
It's
while, too.
better than it was.
It just consisted of us walking down the streets of some town in Maine and Logie saying like, "Nice ass, sweet cheeks."
I don't think that's a
Probably not
specific
that
example.
I'm just
That
thinking
more
what
like-
I would say.
That
More
was an
like-
improvised example.
Hey, stud, how's it going? Stuff like that.
Just very
Uh.
awkward, forced, straight flirting. Is what
Uh.
it helped though that we had a couple drinkies in us at that point.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll
Helps
do it.
loosen you up a little
If
bit.
you've seen the Randy's Gentleman Studio tour, there's a reason that Logan is the jerk producer to when Brian's recording.
There's just a
Yep.
whole pile of empty beer cans in the back of that room.
Yep. You won't see him in the. Oh yeah, your room or our studio?
Yes.
Your studio.
Yeah.
Our studio is a
Okay, thank you.
sanctuary of the heavens. There's not a drop of alcohol in it.
Oh, right. All the alcohol's
That's
in the other room.
true.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think we've
ungodly
ever
amounts
drank
of
in
it.
there.
Nope. Drunk
Can't record while
gentleman
under the influence.
session.
That wouldn't go well. One of us
No,
would
it doesn't
break a
go
drum
well.
or
Anyway.
end up with our head through a guitar.
We
Those
probably
guitars
did
are
at least
expensive,
one
too.
song blackout drunk.
No.
Yeah, what would that
Call
song
Call
be
it Noah's
titled?
Nightmare.
It would probably be as well.
Drunken kitchen.
3 semicolons and 3 parentheses.
Drunk on beers. Let's see where this goes.
Drunk on
Ooh,
beers.
we gotta have that guy on the podcast.
That guy.
That guy.
that guy.
That guy. Do we have
Mr.
a
Drunk
code name
on
for
beers.
Yeah, Tyler Blaine Music.
him? Right. Yeah, Tyler Blaine Music Official. That's right. Or is it just Tyler Blaine Music? I think we established this already.
I think it's just Tyler Blaine. We just full name him.
I think you're right, because I remember talking about full naming him in one of the previous episodes.
Pretty sure it's just Tyler Blaine.
Yeah.
Because I shouted him out, and you can't really advertise a song that's Drunk on Love by Tyler Blaine, go listen to it, without saying his
Ty
name.
Blaine.
So
Yeah, it's already out there, man. We're just helping spread the word.
Also, the very first thing I said on this podcast was, "Hello, my name is Jacob Bordeaux." So
Hey, you did that to yourself.
As long as you're good with it.
I don't care. That's what it says on my social media.
Uh,
How
It
hard
says
is
on
it to
your
find my
social
last
security
name?
card.
It's on my frickin' right sleeve or left chest half the time.
what?
Left
you-
chest.
Ooh,
New band
yeah,
name.
that reminds. Do you have any
Ooh.
crazy work stories, Jacob?
Crazy work
any
stories,
spicy
dude.
ones?
I haven't worked since fucking summer.
Well, you gotta remember something.
Oh, let me think back to the wonders of
We used to work at
Wait,
Any
Big
big
Mart
ABC
together.
Mart
Big
stories?
ABC
Yeah.
Mart. I almost made a mistake.
Big ABC.
Big ABC Mart. Oh, there was.
I'm so stupid. No, when you said Big ABC Mart, I'm like, I've never heard of that before. I should Google that.
They're definitely, since the last time I
Sounds like a
worked,
quality retailer.
since the last time I worked was the summer, there definitely was a very long stretch. So I worked in the frozen food and dairy department for the majority of my time there. Well, actually, that's a lie. I worked in the grocery department for the majority of my time there. But over the summer, I worked in frozen food and dairy. And for, I want to say, 99% of the summer, every single ice cream case was not defrosting.
Non-functional.
So they were all just like completely iced up, and the ice cream was very, very, very soft, pretty much for the whole summer. And we did, as you know, just employees making like minimum wage. We did not hear the end of it, and it's like, cool. I'm just here to put stuff where you're standing. So
Move.
yeah, move out of my way.
Move.
Yeah, you know
Or I
what?
will move you.
For the most
Oh.
part, that place is pretty
Brilliant.
tame. There wasn't a whole lot going on, at least when I was working. I usually work nights. It's pretty chill at night.
I'm trying to think of any exciting stories that I have. I don't really have any.
I have a couple of like disgusting stories, but I'm probably not gonna go too in depth on that here.
I do too, but that goes back to the days of me being a porter, and I don't like those days. They kind of
Yeah.
weren't fun.
Do we have a code name for this person? Marriage?
Marriage?
Marriage girl? Soon?
Marriage
General
girl?
marriage.
Vegan?
Vegan marriage.
Vegan girl?
I didn't realize she was a vegan for the longest time.
Yeah, since high school.
See, it's nice when she's
Um,
around because nobody cares that I'm a
Vegan, I
vegetarian.
don't know.
They just
I
make
don't-
fun of her for being a vegan.
Well, that is worse than being a vegetarian.
Can't
Yeah,
think
but
of
I
a
was
code
gonna
name.
say she had a story from the big ABC marts that was pretty
Really?
wild, I thought. It was
Did she ever
you
work there,
probably
or
heard
was
it
it
at
just
the time, Noah. She worked there.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, she worked
Yeah,
there
I
for
forgot
a
she
while.
worked there.
really?
Oh, did you? It was
No.
like
I might have known that.
But it was like a customer came to the counter, and I forget if it was like one item or two, but I remember that there was. I guess it's not a crazy story, but like all he bought was like a gallon-sized like thing of lube.
At your big ABC Mart, because that's the best place to go for
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know Big ABC Mart sold gallon bottles of lube.
I don't know if
Maybe
we
not.
do.
I might be exaggerating, but
I think we
Do
might
you
sell
guys sell-
small
By the way,
bottles.
I get
Big
the
ABC
drift.
Mart is a grocery store. It's not like a, Walmart, like, box, whatever store. It's a grocery store.
Yeah.
It's not like the
It's
places
weird
that
to
you
buy-
usually get lube at.
Lube from there.
it was like I swear there was a second item. Like it might have been like a box of tissues or something. Are you looking for new music? Well, you're in luck. Today's sponsor, Randy's Gentleman, has tunes like In the Kitchen, Mirror Image, and Lauren, that are sure to satisfy all your musical cravings. You can find them wherever you get your music and on Instagram and TikTok at Randy's Gentlemen. Thank you to Randy's Gentlemen for sponsoring today's episode.
Anyway, yes. Back to the pod.
Back to the pod.
And action.
That was where our ad break was.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if you noticed a weird skip in the audio, it's because legal reasons forced us to throw an ad into
Definitely
the podcast.
not legal, but legal reasons. I mean,
We don't want to incriminate ourselves, so we had to take that part out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, we didn't do anything illegal yet.
Don't say the word yet. We're going to have to cut again.
I promise I will do something illegal on this podcast before it ends.
That's not
All
promise.
right.
I promise you that will happen. That is my guarantee to you, loyal viewers.
So when I take Brian's place,
love
I
each
promise
and
you
every
that
one of you.
there will be zero illegal things happening on the podcast.
Awesome.
Well, you're not upholding my legacy in the way I thought you would, so I might have to take you out of my will.
I think you're outruled by
That
gentleman
would you.
number 1 and gentleman number 2.
I'm gentleman number 1.
I'm gentleman number 2.
I'm the
Gentleman
voice.
Number 2 shouldn't even count. He's below the totem. He's below the totem pole.
Yeah, well, you know what? Where am I on the totem pole?
Probably on top of me.
You're second, I think.
All right. I hereby, as my place being second on the totem pole, boost Noah up to third.
Hooray!
Oh. Wait, then who gets... Oh, so I guess Logie's...
I
below
also
the totem
boost
pole?
Logie up to third.
Wait, I thought I was at
Wait.
the top now. Or wait, I thought I already was at the
No,
top.
wasn't Brian at the top?
No.
I'm at the top because I say so.
I'm so fucking confused.
Brian's canonically not at the top, except for that one time he briefly climbed it in episode 2, I think.
And then we knocked him back down.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're such good friends.
They put
You
me
know?
in my place. I'm an obedient little boy.
And you like it.
I do like it. Please punish me.
We need a
I've been
good
bad.
base. And it's, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm the strong, firm, tight base.
Strong and firm. Yep, those are two words that I think of whenever Brian's name comes into the conversation.
Naturally.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, is there anything else that we were going to talk about?
Does anyone else have any
I
burning
think
questions
we're-
for our guest?
I think we're getting close to wrap-up point here. I could
Is it-
probably
There's
fire
certain.
off a couple of quick quiz questions.
Is there also a certain location that we were going to discuss, but then never got around to?
That's right.
Was?
Maine.
Old
Maybe.
Orchard
right.
Beach.
Ooh,
Yes.
Do we
that's-
have like a particularly juicy story?
That was
To end
just
us- end
that
us
was
off
just
here?
like 4 or 5 days of just fun, just pure fun.
pure
I had fun
unadulterated. Is that a
on
word?
every single moment. Oh God, I had fun at every single moment of that trip, except for the moment that they brought me my grilled cheese with bacon on it or whatever it was. I ordered a grilled cheese, just bread, cheese, maybe another slice of cheese, bread. Not that hard, and they put bacon on it.
Was that on the way? Was that on the way back when we stopped at that place?
No, it was on the it was at the restaurant
On
that
the
was like right on the
beach.
beach there.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
chef was just like, I bet that guy could fuck up some bacon right now.
'Cause I
Well,
was,
little did he know he couldn't have been more wrong.
I was gonna say I might have you guys beat when I
Just
like.
going off of aura.
I was gonna say I might have you beat Noah because at the place that we
Who's
stopped
beating me?
at on the way home, when I had my grilled cheese in hand and then I accidentally slapped my tray and then my grilled cheese fell on the fucking ground.
That's right.
I still ate it. I turned out okay.
I remember. Oh, yeah, that was a nice place that we stopped at.
Yeah, I
on
like
the
that
way home
place.
there. But now I remember the other bad moment of that trip where my phone decided to quit, and like my data was just like, you don't have data anymore. Just kidding. You can't
Fantastic.
do anything. And then I got like a weird, creepy text message about it, like your data may have been stolen 2 years ago, and I'm like, thanks for
Oh,
telling
yeah.
me now.
Fantastic.
AT&T.
Fantastic.
That was nothing bad ended up happening with that. I just went home, restarted my phone, and got connected to the Wi-Fi, and everything worked just peachy again. So,
Peachy.
You're a
that
peach,
was
Noah.
weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but such is life.
Brian had a great time, except for his class he had to do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, oh my god. So those guys get to go have. You know how fun it is to go to Walmart with the boys, okay? I had
Especially
to
on
sit-
vacation.
I had to sit in the shitty. It
Oh.
wasn't even a reclining chair. It was like one of those stiff, like it's just like wood with,
hotel
like,
chair.
fabric stretched over it. Yeah, hotel chairs.
Yep.
It was miserable. I had to
Mhm.
do like an hour class, and all the class was the librarian. She was so full of herself. She came in and he was like, "Here's where you can look up scholarly sources. You can find all
Oh.
the books you could imagine in the library. Let me talk for an hour about the library, and George, or your friends are having fun at Walmart, aren't they? You don't get to have any fun. You
Damn.
can just tell them what you want. And just, let me tell you more about the library. Abraham Lincoln. Fuck you, librarian.
Librarian is the most hated character on the Egregious podcast.
Yep.
Yep.
The one guest we will never have on the podcast
Yep.
is that fucking librarian.
There's 8 billion people in this world. On the list of guests we want to have, she is number 8 billion. I'm just gonna say Walmart's more fun when everyone remembers to bring their ID. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Logie, you did come through for me big time though with the Walmart run, because I think you felt bad for me because we were actually just yesterday, me and Brock, we were playing with the Raphael on a skateboard toy that you got me.
Yeah. I was like, don't worry, I'll get you a surprise. And then
You got me little
I
toys
was
to
like,
cheer me up.
You
Yeah.
were like chuckling, and you were like, "What if I got Brian Raphael on a skateboard?" And then like I think I just like stared at you, and you started laughing harder, and you were like,
I'm
"I'm
gonna
gonna
do
get
it.
Brian Raphael on a skateboard."
And when I say playing, I mean I was just winding him off and launching him off the table onto the kitchen floor.
As you should.
That's how you do it.
Yep. That brightened my day so much after the
Didn't I get you Shrek too?
Why don't you learn about books? You did.
You
You did.
Shrek 2.
You found Shrek 2 in like the $5 movie box, and you're like, "This is
Yep.
for Brian."
That's I think
I
somewhere.
forgot that was a whole subplot.
Did we plug your
And I
songs
just-
at the electronics department at that Walmart?
think someone
Yeah,
did
was
play.
that one? I know I
Did we like connect to a JBL?
No.
No,
Like go on
they
the
got, like, the
computer, go on the
phones.
phones, and search Randy's
Yeah.
Gentleman on Spotify.
It was Apple Music, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, well, Spotify's better, so suck it.
It is.
Yeah, but I don't know if Spotify's on the default
I don't know.
iPads in the store.
No, I think we did
Probably
that.
not.
I think we did that
I almost just
at the
mentioned.
Target and
Hey! Oh, wait! It was a Walmart, not a Target. But hey, settle down.
Easy there, Logie.
Hold on.
You're getting too excited.
I almost.
Walmart near the. Oh wait, there's only 4. God damn it!
All right, so this is going to. Well, I almost said. Oh, I think we did it at the Walmart near. Forgot we're trying not to like mention
I
specific
immediately
locations.
remembered you sent the map that has 5 locations. Of
Hey, I was right though. There's
That was
not.
me, I
It's
did
not
that.
the only
Oh, no.
one. It's not the only one. I was right. Suck it.
We can vaguely
Oh.
dox ourselves. We're just not going to go all the way.
Who cares?
I think we've gotten as broad as we should. Nope. I think we've gotten as specific as we should.
I do interviews before I'll interview Coach and then I'll interview some of the players, and I always introduce myself as Jacob Bordeaux.
From second
you-
grade.
Wait, hold on. You interview? You're a reporter?
Kinda. Go watch any of the recent home games. You'll see me yapping.
That's
I would
pretty
love to watch you, yeah.
Go for it.
hours.
Also, if anyone's around on February 18th, that's going to be the last home game of the regular season, senior night.
The Egregious podcast is going to show up,
Yeah, you know what? Be a fun time.
and we're going to make some noise.
Let's.
Be egregious.
I'm gonna make some noise for the boys.
We're gonna go radical.
For the boys.
It has been an absolute pleasure having you with us, Jake.
Oh, it's been a pleasure being here. I love talking to you guys. This has been the highlight of my night for sure.
This has been
Oh,
fun.
it's been the highlight of
has.
ours. I think this
think-
was the right way to start our series of guests.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Perfect
kinda-
first guest.
Keep the same kind of energy we've had so far, and kind of introduce the audience to the concept.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
A
Yeah, I
little bit,
heard
yeah.
something.
Great. I'm so glad.
Good thing Noah gets cut out.
nobody's saying we can't do repeat episodes with the same guests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always
You guys
around.
might be seeing Jacob in the future.
Or
And he can
hearing
update
even.
us on all his
Goings on.
his hockey knowledge, his
Don't even get me started.
Texas escapades, you know,
Mhm.
Texcapades.
Texcapades, that's a good one.
Texcapades.
escapades.
He could update us on Duolingo's BBL.
No.
I don't know. That one might not be necessary.
To each their own.
I'll keep everyone updated on that one. That's
Okay.
my,
Thanks for doing your part.
my department now.
Oh my god.
And then
Oh,
Noah
yeah.
can teach them. Noah and Jacob can teach them actual Duolingo.
I don't teach.
I'll just
Language.
You
do
don't
this
you don't
as
really
actual
no, you don't
Duolingo
really need
of
to
it.
teach Duolingo. Duolingo teaches you. You learn real fast.
That is a great ad.
It wasn't
Or,
meant to
like,
be.
please
We are
sponsor
not
us.
we are
Unintentionally
not
plugging.
sponsored by Duolingo.
No, we're not.
But we will
Please
be.
sponsor us, Duolingo, please.
This is just egregious.
Yeah. Oh, Noah said it. Roll
You
credits.
said the
Noah
name of
said
the
it.
thing.
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Oh, first Logie
Oh,
needs to tell us.
I do have
which-
something. Yeah, I have something to tell you before we go. If you liked listening to Jacob from second grade and the rest of us idiots, then there's one thing you need to do. You need to get on your phones and go to the Egregious Podcast Instagram and DM us a gif of disgust from inside out.
Now
That's
that
how we'll know you liked Jacob on the podcast.
now that
Okay.
is egregious.
That was a little that was out there for sure.
That was out there.
That's
Inside
our
out there.
like,
That is
Did
our
you say
our
inside out?
outro.
Yep.
That's
Roll
our outro.
credits.
I guess
our
that's the
inside
outro.
Roll credits.
Thank you for having me, boys.
I love you.
Until next time.